Hello and welcome to this channel where I talk about trading in the crypto market. I am going to show you guys how I enter these trades, what I look for before entering the trades, and most importantly, some of the rules that I never break. So welcome back, and today we are going to be looking back at BTC, and I'm going to tell you guys why I think you guys should actually be staying out in times like these, because it's just way too unpredictable. So looking at this, we can start off by seeing that there are trend lines that are forming that have been breaking out. You can see right here, this price at the end of the wick, wait, let me drag this down a bit, has broken out this trend of support. Right? So it broke out, and I was testing back a few weeks, and I found out that there are multiple supply zones that I am looking at. So if you look at here, this is a holding point, and a holding point, right? Then based on this, we saw that price broke out. So now that price broke out, it created a resistance zone. See, price is not even breaking that resistance zone yet. We can be looking at a big fake out in this huge pump, and from there, it's still going to come back down. There is no price break at the moment, which is why I feel like a lot of us should just be careful and enter trades that we are more safe in, which is what a rule that I always go by. Going back to the hourly, wait, let's just clear, yeah, so going back here, we can see, let's just remove drawings. So we can go back to showing you the box method here and how I feel like it's also bullish based on this perspective. You can see here, price broke out, didn't it? When price broke out, it came back in to test. But then the thing with this, now it broke out, it came back in, it's trading inside. But if you look at the way price is looking, it seems to be on a downtrend rather than going out for a breakout. But of course, this can just be a massive fake because we are looking in a very lower time frame compared to the weekly time frame. Yeah, that's definitely where I'm looking at. And of course here, we are seeing now a lot of untapped zones that need to be filled, right? So by that, I mean it has to go down, it has to go up, and at the same time, this becomes a supply zone. It becomes a supply zone, right? And then now, here, this is actually huge demand zone, as well as this one. This is a huge demand zone. So what do I mean by this? I'm saying that price will have to come down at some point, maybe sooner or later, but this will have to get filled. It is impossible that a demand zone of this size, or not even this size, but based on my experience, I have never seen untapped demand zones just being left alone in such a manner. Let's have a look at the daily. This is something that I haven't actually checked out yet. See, price has been on a crazy uptrend with no rejection so far since March. Crazy uptrend here. We have not seen any rejection. And just on the basic retail perspective, we always have to see a 4-way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Price will always have to have some sort of rejection to have a pull back on the higher. But this just seems like one big up, barely any rejection, and up again in that direction. I am really looking at playing this part of the trade safe. I have exited my positions in the long for my longs and my buy positions, I'm all out of them. Which is why I'm telling you guys to play it safe, and I am not sure what to expect. I can even show you guys the fear and the grid index. As you can see now, they are saying that a lot of greed, and by greed that means people really want to hop in whatever current trend, and of course the basic current trend is that it's bullish. But I trade smart money, and based on smart money, institutions will always fight the retail because that's how they make their money. They go against them. If retail is looking to long, they will drop prices and make them lose their positions, and that's how they gain their money. I can also show you based on volume. Buying volume was very, very high. A lot of spikes in buying volume here. But now everything, even selling volume, I know selling volume is not that high, but at the same time volume is dropping by a lot. Huge significant drops in volume. And that actually signifies that a lot of the institutions and the big markets, the big capital holders, are not hopping in the trades. They're looking for their next move, which I am predicting to be a big sellout. On the long term, I still feel bullish on BTC, but I'm saying that there will be a big rejection incoming, which is why I'm looking to hop out of my trades and then hop in at a better price for a long-term buy position. We will now take a look at ETH so that you guys can have an idea as well as what's happening here. See, even based on this, right? Wait, let's clear this out. This was a huge support zone for BTC. For Ethereum we are looking at right now. See, we are looking since when? When was this? This is since March all the way until now. We have not seen any rejection, which to me looks like a very bad sign. Go back to the hourly on Ethereum. We are just having one crazy uptrend since March. See, we don't see much rejection, which for me is not a good sign at all. Even for Ethereum itself, you will see that on the rather recent areas, we've had huge spikes in volume, and all of a sudden it's all just dead. Stable dead. We haven't had this long of a dead zone in quite some time, which for me is a sign that all the big institutions and big cap are backing out of their trades. So from here we can see that this one, from here till here, was a trend, and also from here till here was a trend. Wait, this is not a trend, this is just one big up move, but you get the point. So from here we see that price has actually broken out, going in downwards. So from here, what can we say? I really am looking at this being a huge rejection at some point. Mark my words for that. Of course, at the end of the day, it is not financial advice. I am just expecting maybe price to go down maybe 10%, which is, I know, a huge move. 10 to maybe even 20%, which is still bullish on the long term, because as you can see, 10% of what? Here, it will be around here, somewhere in this zone. I'm expecting a drop, which from there, it will turn out to be bullish on the longer term. Still, because we are still in a major, bullish trend. Based on this as well, we can see the box method here. Price is broken out, still waiting to be tapped from here. So ever since price broke out, which is somewhere in this zone, price went out here, right? Now every time, because if you really think about it, the nth box confirmation method is basically a big supply or a big demand zone. See, a demand zone maybe would rather be just this small demand zone, right? But on a bigger time frame, this whole sell down is actually one big supply zone, which is what I'm talking about, which has to be mitigated or filled. So from here, what I'm seeing is price will go up and then come back down, because it's gonna have to have some sort of fill. Then after that fill, even if it fills up to halfway, we are going to see price up. But the thing with this is, this price down here, this price from here to here, is already how much of a move? It's almost 5 to 10%, which I will feel like, which is even going to be longer. So that's what I'm seeing so far for BTC and ETH. I hope you guys understood what I'm trying to say. I know actually it's hard for me to put it into words, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.